my festive peeps. I hope you are all excited for Edinburgh's Christmas Markets 2025, because that is what we're going to be exploring today. As every year, I am here on the opening day. Today is November 15th, and I'm pretty sure that this is the earliest I've ever seen the markets open, but they actually made it kind of on time this year. They only were late by 30 minutes from what I've heard. Kudos to the assembly team, who are both named Assembly and are the team behind assembling this market. In 2025, Edinburgh's Christmas markets are divided into 3 different zones. As it is traditional, you have the sort of East Princess Gardens, you have the West Princess Gardens. East Princess Gardens is where you get the most sort of traditional, your idea of Christmas markets. West Princess Gardens is where you get the sort of like kid-friendly, more ride-heavy winter wonderland. And then over on George Street, we are in, I think, a week or 10 days, we are getting the ice rink and the ice bar, which we visited last year. So here's some b-roll from last year, so you have an idea of what that was like. But it was really fun, actually. Like, I would recommend going there if you want to do something slightly different from the markets. Also, you know, you get like time-slotted tickets, so it's not like you will be shoulder to shoulder with other people there, like you likely will be in the markets. Okay, I think that's enough intro. Let's enjoy the markets before they get extremely busy, and let's find out if there's anything new going on this year. Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna try and give you both a walkthrough POV and some details on the pricing, and wherever applicable, I will also note what the price was last year, just to add to your cost of living anxieties. As usual, the East Princess Gardens markets can be approached from 2 entrances when not too busy, but when it gets intense, you might have to walk all the way to the side of the park that sort of meets Coburn Street for more of a one-way system. Personally, I do like a good system, so we did start at what I think is a good, quieter way of approaching the markets from the bottom section. There's a little sort of designated queue area, which at the point where we arrived wasn't too bad. You will find some local gift sellers and stalls to get some snacks from, and even the iconic Uplands Roast selling their insta-famous hot chocolate here. Very long lines though. So I recommend actually going to the Meadows instead to get their hot chocolate. And also, top tip, they now have a stall in Glasgow around Kelvin Bridge. We picked up a little bratwurst here. This was the pork and herb one. Honestly, this was the point for me where I was so hungry that I needed it to not go absolutely feral. And, you know, it's fine. The sausage itself is perfectly nice. The bun is a bit neutral, more of a sausage receptacle than anything else really, but just like mulled wine, this is just one of those things that play into the whole archetypal market experience.
Good? Or are we just super hungry at this point? Bit of both. Bit of both.
Then we passed the carousel and meandered deeper into the park, where you will find a couple of photo opportunities. A nice spot to view the markets in their whole glory. Up top is where the most stalls are located, together with the Star Flyer, which will set you back $13.50 per person, which is £1 more than last year. In my books, that still checks out as a fair price to remind yourself of everything you have to live for just before the holidays. The food-centric area beyond Scott's Monument is pretty identical to last year, so let's just have a quick look at that now. I noticed a crumble stall, which honestly sounds like a nice warming sweet treat for the markets, but just a little friendly tip. If you make it to Edinburgh's West End, Basement Gelato makes incredible daily special crumbles, and on Tuesdays you can even get 2 for £10, which makes it basically half the price of these, and honestly they will be better. I'm sorry, but yes.
You know what's my favorite part? That they misspelled the word Edinburgh.
One thing I was very happy to see as a new addition to this middle part of Princess Gardens is a stall belonging to my longtime fave and also friends, the Edinburgh Honey Company. Their honey is genuinely on a whole other level, and it has been basically impossible for us to go back to regular store-bought honeys after getting used to theirs, so this is kind of my top gift idea from the markets this year. Doing a little loop, maybe pick up a set of earmuffs if you want to survive Scotland's winter winds in cat style, and you can continue on to the final area just next to the National Galleries. While you're getting there, you will pass a hot chocolate stand where the pricing is on par with Knoop's, so that's not too far from here. If you want to wait a little bit with your chocolate, maybe pop into there instead, because you will be getting much higher standard for the same price, or maybe even lower. The standard price for the big wheel is £12 this year, and it does give you some very pretty views. Unless it's very busy, you can actually use the gondola as a single group or a couple. If you're visiting during peak time, they might shove some extra people into your gondola. This last section is once again a good mix of food and drink, but I think it just gets really busy as it is so close to the Princes Street entrance, and maybe also because it's one of the most traditional European market-looking spots in this whole operation. Okay, so last year our treat was the crepe. This year we are having a stroopwafel, which is from a nice little local indie stroopwafel maker just there. Here it is. I have it without any of the toppings, but the toppings always do look delicious if you want something like a little bit more sweet, if that's like a part of your seasonal cravings. I like it just plain. If you love Biscoff, this has that spiced, caramelized thing going on. It's delicious, and being fresh, it's so much better than the ones you buy. Right behind us is the Jarvis pickle pie kiosk where we went last year, which was also really good. So if you're craving something savory and maybe you're not from the UK and want something that feels very, very British, then Jarvis pickle pies are the place to go. Oh, by the way, if you were not able to get in through the Princess Street entrance due to the levels of busyness, not that I want you to bend any rules or anything, but I am pretty sure you could just walk through the National Gallery and via their Contini restaurant. Just saying. Now, off to the West Princess Street Gardens. If you're getting there from the east part of the market, the gardens make a nice little lake stretch with these pretty lights leading you all the way to the Winter Wonderland.
Just follow the direction of the castle, or I guess you could also follow the sound of screaming, as some of the rides here offer quite the juxtaposition to the serene nighttime castle views. Over here you can buy your ride access as you go, no need to pre-book. It's also where in a couple of days you'll be able to visit Santa's Stories chalet or write a little letter to him. Those are the family-friendly bits that were at St. Andrew's Square last year, and this year they moved here. On George Street, both the ice rink and the ice bar works are still in full swing, but will open on November 20th. Both are priced at £15 for the regular adult ticket.
And that was it, our walk through Christmas markets in Edinburgh 2020. I wanted to say 2026, no, 2025. Do you ever, as it gets closer to the end of year, do you just kind of like preemptively teach your brain to say the other year? Well, anyway, that's what happens to me every year. No, it is still 2025. Don't worry, you didn't blink and missed the whole of the rest of 2025. Yes, this was day one. I have to say, everything seems to be working really well. There was a bit of queue. Obviously, it was a little bit crowded, and I think it's probably a little more crowded now that it's nighttime. Usually around this time when it gets darker, people do bring their kids out because, obviously it does look a little prettier. Today was an okay day weather-wise. It was like a little bit grey, as you could see, but I think that even in daytime, because all of the stalls are kind of like lit from the inside, it still has an atmosphere. I think it's a different atmosphere than at nighttime, but basically if you can avoid like the peak busyness, then I think it's always for the best. So also obviously maybe avoid the weekend, but as you probably know by now, in Edinburgh it is now always the season. It doesn't really matter what day of the week it is, so I'm not actually genuinely sure if going to the markets during the weekdays will help massively. But do let me know in the comment section if you tried to visit the Christmas market between like Monday and Friday, and if it was a lot better than what we've experienced today on the opening day. I am under this Christmas fern in front of the dome. This is our little sort of hideaway nook where we have shot our intro last year, and now we're shooting our intro here now. Beautiful sort of divine symmetry.
Sure.
Okay, that is it from me for now. Don't forget that if you want to see more of my face, you can also visit me over on Patreon. This is the address. There's usually an extra video every month. And also you can say hi to me on Instagram. Kakibot for the more nerdy stuff, and illustration. Kaki blog for more of the life in Scotland stuff. Okay, thank you. And if you're watching this at a more appropriate time of the year, then happy holidays. I shall see you soon.